Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Bad Moon's Orbit. I am, as always, your special knick-knack, Dalton Montgomery.
And I'm Darian, from TV.
Hell yeah. And we're back today talking about the second half of the Scourge of Aqshy. We talked about order and death in the last episode, and today we're here talking about chaos and destruction.
Let's
we're going to
go.
get the breaking stuff, boys.
Breaking stuff, boys!
But before we get into that, Darian, do you have a game thing you'd like to talk about this week?
I do.
Nice.
I threatened it last time. Well, not
Ooh.
last time, the time before last, where I was just really excited about the story and song adaptation of the Adventure Zone Balance graphic novel series. It was about to come out, and now it came out, and I read it.
Hell yeah.
And it's so fucking good. I got it a day early because I ordered it from Books A Million, and my order just arrived
Hell yeah.
Monday night, and so I got to read it Monday night, and I stayed up too late, like past midnight reading this, and it was so, y'all, it's so good.
Hell yeah.
If you've ever tried to listen to the Adventure Zone and you're just like, I cannot get into this because the early episodes are rough. It's just starting out. The jokes are pretty 2016, like not in a bad offensive way, just in a kind of a crude way, right? But God, the graphic novel is such a near perfect adaptation.
Hell yeah.
And I would call it perfect, except I feel like Suffering Game wasn't the greatest adaptation. But the rest of them, it was so good. I cried. I cried happy tears.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's also, Darian, you've actually listened to this podcast every year since 2018. You know this story. What do you mean you cried, you loser? And I was like, well, I also have a tattoo of a quote specifically in the font from the graphic novel as it appears on my arm. So who do you think? What do you think my problem is? But yeah, I was like blubbering at one point towards the end, like the big emotional climax, to the point where I was a little concerned. Y'all know Dalton and I are roommates, right?
Yeah.
This feels like a thing we mentioned. I hope
yeah.
so. Wow, we share a wall. And I was just a little worried Dalton would potentially wake up during a more shallow cycle of the snooze and hear friend and roommate Darian sobbing on the other side of the wall at 11:30 at night. But he didn't. It was fine. But yeah, it's just beautifully done. The art is gorgeous. The changes they made to adapt, one, they have to from anytime you're adapting from a source material, like a medium to another medium, it's going to be different.
Of course.
But also like the changes they made just in revisiting this story like a decade later,
absolutely,
to make it a stronger version of itself. Incredible. So again, if you listen to the podcast, I would have to gather you've read these, because why wouldn't you?
Right.
And if you haven't, because you just couldn't get into it or you didn't think you jive with it, hey, if you like graphic novels, you should definitely read these. I think they're also just really good graphic novels. And also, if you've never listened to the podcast, but do read these, I would love to hear from tell Dalton to tell me what you think about it, because I cannot divorce my list experience with the podcast with it. I would love to know how you felt about the story that unfolds, because I don't know anybody who has it. I made sure personally to infect the friends that listen. I did such a good job. I'm almost done. I did such a good job spreading this podcast to my friend group that our mutual friend is having a Taz Balance themed wedding next year. I did that. Me. What about you, Dalton?
Yeah. Speaking of things that are great, I have had it on my watch list for a long time, and I finally picked up Tangle Tower. The sequel just came out, so it was on sale, and it's good. It's like a deduction mystery game. It's got a fun art style. It's funny, which I always like in I think you can use your brain and also be having fun, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just really enjoyed it. I don't want to say too much because by its nature it's a mystery.
Yeah.
I think if it's not even really a critique. It was just kind of baffling. It does its act structure very weird, where I assume it's got to be something in how it's coded when the acts trigger. But at least my play experience was I played it for 4 hours of Act 1. And then Act 2, I got the ooh, you're in Act 2 now. And that lasted 20 minutes.
What?
And then
No, that doesn't can't be.
Like I said, I think I must have just approached it in a weird way to make that act trigger later. Because I know what triggered it. I found a thing.
Okay.
but I must have.
Do you think you could have found the thing earlier
I think
than
so.
you did?
I think that's what it is.
Well, then why was it okay? How long do you think the first act was meant to be?
See, I don't know because I feel like
why was the second one 20 minutes?
Because the item you find to trigger Act 2 is in like an early area that you don't have like a lot of reason to go back to. So I just have no idea when that item was supposed to show up because it's not like given to you or anything. It just like shows up there.
Grab
it. And so, but I do know that after I got it, I already had all the pieces because it's like lets you do a puzzle. It's like the decoder basically for a puzzle that I already had all the pieces to. So I just had to plug them in immediately. And then once I had done that and it like opened a new door and it's like, okay, but before we like move on, there's some other stuff we should probably take care of. And then like a little checklist of like other things to take care of came down and I'd already done all those things. And so that's why it lasted like 20 minutes is because I like found the thing and I was like, oh, I already have the thing. So I just had to go to like the places where those clues were to like feed them into the decoder and then come back to the door. And then that opened the door and then it was like, oh, we better do these other things before we go on. And I'd already done them all. And so then I just went down the door and that's when I got the like Act 3 pop up. So like, I'm assuming that you couldn't find it much earlier than I did. And then that would be more natural.
Yeah.
But
it's kind of crazy. So maybe 40 minutes.
Yeah.
If it took 80 minutes for both and the second one was 20.
Yeah. Well, no, it took 4 hours for Act 1.
4 hours. That's right. Oh, I don't know why my brain hit it. That's crazy. Okay, so maybe it projects you to do about roughly like 2 hours.
Yeah. So something there. If you are or know like the developers of Tangle Tower, let me know.
Which we have quite an extensive listener base. I legitimately wouldn't be surprised if at least through like the Kevin Bacon thing.
Yeah.
What is that called? Degrees.
3 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, you or someone you know someone.
Yes.
At the very least, if you can. I'm not suggesting it could change at this point. Obviously, it can't. But like, you can find out what the fuck.
Yeah, I just want to know the insight because that'd be an interesting story to tell.
Where did Dalton go? Not wrong.
Yeah.
Astray.
I think I just got. I think maybe what it was is it expects you to get stumped earlier.
Oh, and double back.
And like look for more clues, and I just didn't.
You were too good at the game.
Oh no, not to humble brag about it, but no, I'm very excited about it. I'm definitely going to be picking up their sequel, The Mermaid Mask.
Same characters?
Same detective and sidekick.
Yay!
My understanding is it takes place on somewhere at sea. Like
I would hope so.
Yeah, I've seen art of the characters and it looks like a ship's captain. So I'm guessing it's going to be like I feel like a cruise liner would give you just the right amount of like
weird characters
space and weird characters. Yeah. And the kind of the core gimmick, at least in my experience with the first game, was you just have like a map of the house like Clue style, and you can at any point like go to the different rooms and like that just gives you like the interior of the room and you can poke around in there for clues and puzzles and stuff.
Cool, yeah.
And so I can't imagine it would be like a normal sized submarine because then you get like 2 rooms, right?
It's the Nautilus.
Yeah, right.
Massive submarine.
Yeah.
All right. Well, shall we get into
the Scourge of Aqshy for the Chaos and Destro stuff?
Let's go.
Same thing as previously. This is indicative of the fighting moving to Aqshy, more anger, more passion, the actual physical
more
location. Energy. Yeah, able to being able to navigate the actual like mountains and stuff has changed how some units fight. Khorne already has very strong like anger imagery, right? Like Khorne's primary emotion is rage, and so a lot of it's not bad. It's just not interesting for our purposes, I think, because a lot of it is just like, this guy's real mad, like in such a way that it makes him do a cool thing, which like, sure. We do have one of those non-hero unit enhancements called Bronzed Flesh, which is fun for, because it's meant to evoke bronze statues, right? Very war-like. It just gives the unit that you give it to an unrendable save. That means armor piercing doesn't work on them. Which is very handy. And it's a callback to because Bronze the Flesh was a cornate prayer in previous editions of the game. So it's kind of a callback to that at the same time, where they're like,
I like that.
Yeah,
that's a good
right.
bit.
It's fun. And then the other one I have written down is the Gift of Apoplexy. Yep. Which again is still just like anger stuff. But it made me look up the origin of the word apoplexy, and I thought that was fun.
What's the origin of the word apoplexy?
It's Greek, and
It usually is.
Yep, and the original word. So it's an interesting, like, game of telephone of like etymology, because the original word is like so mad that you're like lashing out, directionlessly, right? Like you're just striking
aimlessly,
at everything. Yeah. And from that, we got like a more literal translation from Greek is like so mad that you stroke, like you strike, but in the past tense.
Okay.
And that is the root of the English term stroke.
Oh,
For like
a medical stroke.
For like a medical stroke.
Yeah, like you had a stroke.
Yes, because that is and so eventually, and so now it's morphed into so mad that you have a stroke, right? Like
reversed itself.
Yes, we've done an Ouroboros of
that's incredible
meaning, which is very funny. But yeah, that's corn. Anger stuff, very corn.
Very. Cool.
I understand corn's eating pretty good this season, so I'm sure the rules are more interesting, but just not what we're here to talk about.
Not what we're doing here today. Yeah.
Nurgle's got some fun ones.
Oh, really?
Yes. Specifically, their non-hero unit enhancement are Plague Father's Poxes.
Oh, no, okay.
So you can give one of your units a specific disease that helps them in some way.
Because that's how Nurgle works.
That's how Nurgle works.
What are the disease options?
So there's one that's just like I think it's Nurgle's Rot, which is a wasting disease so powerful it can affect the dead.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. But the two I want to talk about is Snuggling Sickness, which is very funny. It inspires a very strong desire in the person infected to like pressure. It just makes your skin like very pressure sensitive, and so it tends to inspire people who have it to want to like hug and like spend lots of time around people and spread the disease that they have. Yeah, it's a good indication of how Nurgle can handcraft diseases, but they still have to function like disease. If that makes sense. Because like that's like lab built to be the perfect disease, but it still has to follow the rules, right?
Listen, babes, we'll get you a weighted blanket, and that'll satisfy that. We'll get you some antibiotics, some magic antibiotics.
And the other one is the Chuckling Moraine.
Oh no, I hate those words together.
Yep. It gives you a laugh-like cough. Yep. That will eventually progress to a point where you like basically laugh yourself to death.
Oh no!
It's the Joker's like laughing gas.
Gas. Oh god! I think that is definitely how one of the Bat sidekicks' parents died.
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
it was Signals.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Like I think it was Dukes. That feels right. I'm not sure though.
But that's our main thing for Nurgle. They got some other stuff, but again, it's not like super interesting narratively for our purposes. There's some interesting gameplay stuff I know, but that's the main thing for Nurgle.
Okay.
Tzeentch, I think, is very fun.
Let's go.
Tzeentch, we're also basically going to be talking about their non-hero unique enhancements, which for Tzeentch are Visions of Fate.
Oh no!
Yes, so this is a vision that this unit has had
together, as a group activity.
Yep, of their oncoming fate.
Listen, some organizations go to escape rooms to bond. This one will have a vision of fate together.
There's a vision of the arcane sacrifice. So having this vision makes it so that all like magic that happens around you is just worse. Like it's harder to bind, it's harder to like keep together, including the Tzeentch player stuff.
What the hell?
And so you want to give it to a unit that's just going to immediately like run to the enemy side.
Yeah.
And then you get fate points, which are Tzeentch's like game mechanic. They can spend them to do stuff. You get fate points when that unit dies. So it is doomed arcane
that's
fate.
Arcane. What was it called? Arcane Sacrifice.
Arcane Sacrifice. Yeah.
Okay, not a rules podcast, but what does it mean mechanically when the magic is harder to do? Like, do you have to roll higher numbers, or you roll a disadvantage?
Yes. It is. I believe it's like -1 or -2 to the casting roll. So casting a spell is always rolling 2d6, and then you're trying to hit a target number. 7 is the average on a pair of dice, so a 7 is like a roughly equal to cast. 6 is a little bit easier. Anything above a 7 is a little bit harder. Tzeentch has a lot of inbuilt bonuses to casting, so even if your stuff is too close to you, you're not suffering as much as like another army might. But yeah, being able to take like it's set up so that you can play it leaning into either side, where you could try and give it to like a big bulky unit and then get them near the enemy wizards and just like stick them there, and then the enemy wizards aren't getting their spells off. Or you can put it on a really frail unit and just run them at the front line and get them exploded so that you get the
points.
fate points.
Fate points. All right, that is neat. I like that.
Yeah, right. The other Tzeentch one we're going to talk about is the Vision of Defiant Supremacy.
Oh, okay.
So this one,
I feel like supremacy doesn't usually have to be defiant.
that's the kicker.
Oh, cool.
It is a vision of eventually winning despite overwhelming pressure, despite the losses you've already suffered. So I don't have the rule pulled up, but I'm pretty sure it does nothing unless you are currently losing the game, at which point it gives you a big bonus to
Wait, that's
like that
pretty
unit.
rad.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's like, I'd be so fucking annoyed if my opponent did that, but that is pretty rad.
So that's a very good, again, it revitalizes the unit because they've seen this vision of like, oh, we're on the back foot and then we surge forward and we win.
Yeah.
And so that encourages them to like fight harder when they're on the back foot, which is
That's very
neat.
good.
I'm a big fan. Let's talk about Chaos God the Fourth. Let's talk about Slaanesh.
Slaanesh.
Again, we're finding a lot of flavor in the like non-hero enhancements. I feel like there's a lot of interesting stuff they can play with those, which is why we're seeing so much of them. For Slaanesh, is the same thing. You can give this to a unit. These are all-consuming obsessions.
Oh, you know, when the hyperfixation hits, it's like us talking about the Odyssey all week.
Oh, God.
But not for the reasons you think.
Nope. Yeah, Slaanesh's primary emotion is obsession. They are the god of perfection, the god of excess. And so making the unit like obsessed with a certain idea changes the way that they play in combat. The first is obsession with control. So this is like, it makes them hard to shift. They can't be like moved off of objectives. They're better at securing them and stuff. It's literally just like, this is ours and nothing is going to change that.
Oh.
Yeah. And the other one, which I think is fun, is obsession with form. And so that is form in a like athletic sense. It is described as like this unit sprints and dances across the battlefield. It is not enough to move effectively in like that kind of like the way that like a dead sprint can kind of look gross.
Yeah. You need to move impressively.
Yes. Anyone can just dead sprint.
Yeah.
But can you dance across the battlefield?
Dang, that's pretty good.
Right. It makes them harder to hit, which is fun.
I would imagine. Serpentine.
Yep. But yeah, that's Slaanesh. There's some cool stuff. I think they got one of their stuff from Gairan back again.
Oh.
But I can't remember. Might be something with Shalaxi as well, who's Slaanesh's like prime demon hunter.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Skaven. Yeah, a lot of these. Sorry. I just realized how many of the Chaos ones are there. Non-hero enhancements. Skaven's is also, and it is Moulder mutations.
Oh.
So Moulder is one of the great Skaven clans,
Thank
right?
you. Okay.
They are, there's Eshin, which are the ninjas, Verminous, which are the rank and file troops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one is the game? Do we know? The game. Sorry, that's not helping. They're making a game.
Eshin, yes.
Thank you.
The new, like, Death Master, I think is what the game is called.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
He's a Eshin assassin.
That's right.
Because they're ninjas.
Because they're ninjas.
Scryer is the, like, mad scientist, like, weapons and mechs and stuff. Mulder is the biomancy. They are doing
Show
Frankensteins, doing mutations, making hell pit abominations are the height of Mulder supremacy, where you just sew like 100 rats together and make them into a terrifying Cyclops thing. Yeah. And so Mulder mutations can go on any unit, like a lot of these. And the implication is just that you got Clan Mulder to come and give your unit bone spikes. Yeah.
Bone spikes?
Yeah. The way it's worded, it kind of implies that it's just like all of them.
Everybody gets a bone spike. You get a bone spike. You get a bone spike.
No, I mean all bones.
Oh.
So you have like a little...
Hold on. Wait. I was picturing like a stegosaurus.
No.
Where are the bones? No, God. Where are the bones coming from?
I think it's you punch a rat and it just like punctures your hand.
Its
I think it's that your
spiky.
Yes, I think it's that your bones are spiky.
Oh God.
Yeah, probably not great for the mutated person either.
No, and that just the sickest I've ever been in my entire life, like muscle pain, flu sick, fever, things like that. That is how I would describe how I felt. My bones felt spiky.
Yep.
That's terrible. Oh God.
Skaven does warfare with the assumption that just kind of everyone's gonna die. So
No, this is not related in any way, shape, or form. I said Rat King earlier, and it made me think of the Nutcracker. Anybody got art of Skaven and like the Nutcracker?
Oh, I'm sure.
If y'all could send that our way, I just want to see it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be, even better if anybody's done a Skaven like army in the vibe of like all of the Nutcrackers. So they're on like little outfits. I know they are not usually dressed nicely. Like it's the Nutcracker that's dressed like, you know what I mean.
Yeah. You can put them in little hats.
Put them in hats.
Yeah, it'd be great. But yeah, that's the like lower key one. Because
that's the lower key one?
Mm-hmm. Because the other one you can do is transplanted brains.
Okay.
That is not... So it is like literally what it sounds like.
Uh-huh.
But it's also like stitched together brains. The way the effect...
Like the souls of the bone men?
Kind of.
Okay.
The way the effect is worded is that the Mulder scientists like glued several brains together and the unit can switch between the ones they need at the time. Because like
the Grey Sisters' eye? Wait, what are you talking about?
Like at the start of the turn, you can be like, okay, now they have the brains of like serial killers, so they're going to be better at fighting.
Oh, okay.
And now they're going to switch over to the part of their brain that's like well-trained warriors.
Oh, okay.
Now they're going to switch over to the part of their brain that's like chefs for some unfathomable reason. Like,
you listen. If they just want their army to be like really multifacetedly talented, I think they just sign them up for some master classes, right?
You got to remember the average age for a Skaven, or the average lifespan for a Skaven is like 3 weeks. So
we'll see. This is the first problem.
That's the issue.
No one has time to build up a skill set.
Yep. That is the tragedy of the Skaven, unfortunately.
Wait, is it like natural lifespan, or they just end up killing each other?
No, a Skaven can live
They're
to...
rats, so like you understand. Yeah.
A Skaven can live to like 40 or 50 natural lifespan.
That's a pretty reasonable amount of time for a relatively small mammal.
Yeah, it's just that the vast majority of Skaven die within the first 24 hours of being born.
Oh, it's like, in the past people didn't live. Well, that's because you're really including some statistics that are different because of antibiotics and vaccines.
Yep.
Hey, look at that. The second time I mentioned the importance of modern medicine. Let's go for 3!
Comedy comes in 3s. But yeah, that's Skaven. That's a lot of the like it's notable in like Clan Ashen that they take individual Skaven and train them to be good at stuff, right? Train them to be ninjas and stuff. And it's notable in Verminous that they take individual Skaven and train them to be good at stuff. Because like Scryer uses other Skaven as like target practice. And Mulder uses Skaven for their experiments and stuff, right? Like it's the norm for Skaven lives to be extremely undervalued because that's just the nature of how Skaven do.
How they just do their thing?
Yeah.
Neat.
It's the what is it? We talked about this in the Skaven episode, but it's the like great tragedy of the Skaven that they are of human intelligence and like human needs, like regarding like food and space and engagement and those kinds of things.
Yeah.
While being born in litters of 20 or 30 at a time.
That is a lot.
Yes.
That is a lot. Overpopulation becomes a problem real quick.
Yeah, Skaven can have multiple litters a month. Like that's the issue of
listen,
the Skaven.
The first step to liberating the Skaven population, sex ed and birth control.
Yeah.
There it is. A third miracle of modern medicine.
It's like I said, there's an argument to be made.
These Skaven ladies access to sexual liberation.
There's a argument to be made that like if you could isolate Skaven from like Skaven society at large, they could be normal like anyone else. It's just so hard.
Yeah.
Skaven outnumber everyone else in the realms multiple times over, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the tragedy of it. That's why they don't value like Skaven life as like a broad thing.
No. And
like,
here's
and all
the
that
other
stuff.
thing,
Yeah.
though. If you have so many kids, you don't have a lot of financial ability. Like, you're trapped in this poverty cycle, and they want the listen, you know the higher ups. You know the fucking horned rat king.
Yeah.
Y'all know what I think about that man. He's number 2 to Nagash on my fucking list.
Speaking of bad social systems, let's talk about Hellsmiths. We're here. We're back to our Chaos Dwarf friends.
Wow, so soon.
Yeah. Hellsmiths, I have one for an artifact. This is a thing that a hero specifically can take. They pulled it out of the archives to bring to this battle. And I have one that is instead of any unit or instead of like monstrous traits, which is a thing we see sometimes, like we saw that with Seraphon, where that's an aspect of this monster. Hellsmiths have accursed devices, where this is a thing that they have done to a war machine. They have an extra, they've juiced this one in some kind of way.
That makes me very excited. Go on.
Yeah, it's very good. But first I have to talk about this artifact because it's extremely funny. The Cask of Belittlement.
What?
Yep. It is a jar or a jug. It's like a sealed jug that you can have on your person that whispers belittlement to you.
To you?
Yeah, not to your enemies.
Like, you would want that.
It is a very Hellsmiths thing.
Is it to make you angrier?
Yes.
Oh,
it's
okay.
like the Flesh Eater Quartz one we talked about that makes you see other people as like more monstrous.
Yes.
It's kind of in that vein where the Hellsmiths are so proud and they are so like sure of themselves and they are so like fired up by the idea that other people are better than them or people are looking down at them, that just bringing equivalently like a voice recording of someone calling you bad at your job is enough to get them like locked in, right? Is the idea, right?
Sure, man.
Like it's the opposite of words of affirmation. You have brought the words of disaffirmation to make you more focused on your job.
Yeah, those are just called insults. You're right.
Yeah, right. And the Accursed Devices.
Ugh, my favorite Shadowhunter series.
Accursed Devices.
Infernal Devices.
Yep.
Yeah.
A couple of them are just pretty standard, like, oh, we juiced this one extra. Like, that's pretty neat. The one I really like is the Bullfather Scorn.
Ooh.
Yeah, Bullfather is one of the Hellsmith's names for Hashut, right? And the Bullfather Scorn is a massive rune drawn in blood that imbues the machine with more power based on how much ill it's caused.
Oh.
Yeah. So
okay.
it doesn't do anything if you put it on like a brand new device, but if you put it on a cannon or like one of those big like bull mech things that's like been through a lot of battles and hurt a lot of people, or because Hellsmiths, if you put it on something that a lot of people got injured making.
That's right.
Yeah. Any ill will counts. And so
does it, as it continues to do harm, does it amplify that, or is it just backdated? Okay.
Yeah, because that's what it does in game as well, is it makes the war machine more powerful as it does like damage to the enemy and stuff, which is rad.
Nice.
But yeah, very Hellsmiths. I liked theirs quite a bit. Again, we still got some more stuff that's just like fire angry baseline. We got an interesting one with the Demon Smith. One of the Demon Smiths riding on the big bull thing has a interesting one where they can take away because Hellsmith's battle trait, the main thing they do is that if they control a terrain feature, they can like strip mine it basically to pull its power.
That sounds right. Yeah.
And distribute it amongst their army. You can like unstrip mine it. That's not what's happening narratively. You're like diverting the power away from the army to yourself in order to make that wizard more powerful, where he just like soups himself up by diverting the power coming off of that. Nice. Which that's cool, but it's not. Yeah,
it's not like cool, but it's not like super interesting. It's like okay, yeah,
it's a very fun battle mechanic, but yes. Yep.
But beyond that, lore wise, it's like okay, yep. And that's it.
Yeah.
Hey, earlier, I did just realize that I called him the Great Horned Rat King, and that is me conflating Black Cauldron. He's just the Horned Rat, and I do know that.
He's the Great Horned Rat.
I got wrapped up in it, but he's not the Great Horned Rat King.
I think technically Skaven say it the Great Horned Rat, but no.
Well, that's ridiculous. But fine, the Great Horned Rat.
Skaven talk weird anyways.
that's fine.
Yeah. And then I don't know if I've ever said their faction name before because we just always talk about them as the Warriors of Chaos.
Mm-hmm.
But in Age of Sigmar, they know their place in the world. The faction that is Archaon and all of his people are called the Slaves to Darkness.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, gang.
Right?
That's the club you want to be in.
Right.
I guess, well, Archaon doesn't really have a choice, but
No. And a lot of them don't have choices now, but maybe at one point. But yeah, I'm going to talk about one of their war scrolls. We got an Aqshian version of Chaos Warriors, which is neat. Just the higher your fury level is as the battle goes on, the more it's a good representation of how fury doesn't have to be going crazy, swinging wildly. They get tougher the higher your fury level is, because for a Chaos Warrior, hatred is just part of your heart.
It's
right?
already there. You know how to control that pretty well.
Yes, it is not. You are not lashing out, you are seething, and that is just getting stronger within you, which is a very good interpretation of what that can be like, right?
Yeah.
That kind of effect, which I think is fun. And then the other one is, it's another of our unit enhancements, or non-hero unit enhancements, the Brands of the Dark Gods.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So a Slaves of Darkness thing already in game is being marked to the Chaos Gods.
Yeah.
You do that during battle, and so it's literally imagine a unit of Chaos Knights moving towards an enemy, and the leader lifts up their hand and calls upon Khorne's blessing to deliver them this victory type thing, which is very cool. It's very on brand. But these are ones that you give them during deployment that are deeper than just the being marked by chaos in the moment. For this battle, these are brands. These are burned into the skin of these warriors.
Oof, yeah.
The Brand of the Unaligned is the first one. It lets you switch which god you're sworn to during this battle.
Whoa.
But you can't.
I feel like they wouldn't appreciate that very much.
They don't.
Oh, good.
Because the restriction is that you can't go back to one you've already been.
No, they'll be pretty mad.
And so you can swear to, picture those knights, you can swear to Slaanesh to get across the battlefield faster. You switch to Khorne on the charge, and then you're bogged down in the enemy line, so you switch to Nurgle to resist and keep yourself alive from Nurgle's persistent durability, right? It's portrayed even in this document as a deeply profane thing that isolates them even from their other Chaos Warriors, where they're just no, you don't get to you don't get to change, right? That's not what we do.
It's interesting.
That's a big point of contention between Chaos Warriors and the mortal followers of Chaos and Gorse, the Beastmen we talked about a little bit with the Nurgle stuff, because Beastmen generally look down upon swearing to the individual gods. They see devotion as a civilized thing. And so it isn't said, but I like to think that this is a thing that they are borrowing from the Beastmen. They've learned the way of switching between the gods' favor.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's fun. This one I want to talk about mostly for its spooky value.
Oh, spooky.
The Brand of Unbreakable Bonds.
Goodness, okay.
So this brand binds them to a place. In game, what it lets you do is just pick up that unit and put them down on a different spot on the battlefield. It's a once per game teleport. But in fiction, they were branded with this without knowing where it would bind them to, and they don't know why they're bound there.
What?
Fate has decreed that they will be necessary in this place at some time.
Oh God.
Oh
my.
Right. And that's just so evocative. I like the storytelling of that, where the Chaos Gods have decreed that this is your place in the universe at this time, and you will be there for it.
This is bad,
right?
No, you're right. Oh, that's so upsetting. Goodness me.
They're not called the part-time employees to darkness.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But that's all of our Chaos factions. We got a lot of interesting stuff. I feel a little heavier on the this thing makes you mad, but that's fine. It's not always a downside.
Also
yeah,
on
exactly.
Aqshy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the big thing.
And then I'm going to be openly biased because now we're in Destruction, which is like all the armies I play. Yep. And I love the flavor of Destruction armies, and I love all the things they've done. The core of Destruction is usually kind of an off-brand horror comedy thing, right? Like gets with their like spooky like moon stuff, but also like, oh, goblins being silly. We put this one on drugs and gave him a ball and chain, like. And that's on full display here. I'm just going to get into them.
Let's go.
I'm going to start with Iron Jaws.
Okay.
So Iron Jaws have like a mix of like, yeah, like cool and like silly, which I think is the perfect balance. 2 artifacts I want to talk about. The first is the Horn of Shadowtusk.
Okay.
So Shadowtusk is the progenitor god beast of pigs. Just like
good.
Period.
Okay.
Like all pigs descend from Shadowtusk.
And you said that this pig had a horn?
Yes. Or no, sorry. It is a war horn.
Warhorn.
Yes.
Oh,
it is a war horn carved from the tusks of Shadowtusk.
Okay, because all right, because you said Shadowtusk, and I'm like, okay, tusk. There's tusk in that word, but it's horn, and I'm like, tusk is horn? No, that can't be right. Does pig also have horn? I like that it's the war horn carved out of the tusk. That's actually like really fucking cool and goofy as hell.
Shadowtusk is revered by some of the more like pig focused like branches of Iron Jaws.
Yeah.
The whole like cult of speed amongst Iron Jaws, where they try and breed the fastest pigs to ride, worship Shadowtusk on par with, they worship him as an aspect of Gorkamorka, but like the most prestigious aspect of Gorkamorka in their mind.
Oh, okay.
And so to have a warhorn carved from his literal like tusk is an immensely powerful artifact.
And there's just the one of them? Because typically there are 2 tusks.
Yes. Well, Shadowtusk was continent-sized. So this is the only warhorn we know about, but like there might be more.
Okay.
It's a real Wood of the True Cross situation.
Okay.
We lost the only example of the Wood of the True Cross in the Second Crusade.
No one would have kept that at the time. We all know, but also just no one would have kept that at the time.
They didn't know this guy was going to be big.
It's so goofy.
And so, yeah, it makes the person wielding it once per game, they can blow.
Even the folks following him wouldn't have been like, this is the thing we want to keep. Like, no. Sorry, go on.
No, you're fine. Once per game, you can blow it, and it just makes all of your pigs way more dangerous.
Yes, like all your pigs.
It evokes the primal spirit in your pigs. It makes them like way more aggressive for a little while.
I'm really hype about this.
It's really good. I'm a big fan. I don't play many pigs, otherwise I would be running it.
I know. I'm like in my brain being like, have I seen pigs? Have I seen little pigs in this house?
Not many.
I don't think I've seen little pig dudes in this house.
I play the big pigs sometimes, but I just don't have a lot of Gorgruntas, which are the smaller ones. And by smaller, I mean like twice the size of a horse. Like they're huge, but the big pigs are like monster sized. Like
that's so good. This game is great.
It's so good. I'm a big fan. I like that this one's left kind of ambiguous. So the other artifact is Weird Skulls.
Okay.
That's what it's called.
All right. Weird Skulls by whose definition?
The orcs.
Interesting. Okay, I fear what they consider qualifies as weird.
Weird is often a adjective that orcs use to describe anything magic.
Oh, like weird.
Yeah. So like,
okay, like weird with a Y.
Yeah.
So like fate.
Weird knob is the word for a wizard because knob is head. So weird knob is, oh, you got magic in your brain.
Yeah, and it's weird. Okay.
And so these are the magic skulls.
Okay, all right, magic skulls.
And I like it's left ambiguous because it says
just
that they have
on the rearview mirror of some orcs like truck.
That is definitely that because it is multiple and they are like on chains.
Yes.
It says that they emanate Wa power, but it also says that to properly use them, you just hold them up and shake them at like the enemy wizard. And what it does is it makes that wizard like really bad at magic for this turn. And so it's ambiguous whether you're actually like, oh, I'm channeling like other like dead wizard like magics into you to make you bad at casting, or if you're literally just like, look at my collection of wizard skulls. Like
just like is it magic damage or is it psychological warfare?
Yeah. Are you just showing him your collection of dead wizards to be like, hey, you wanna cast a spell?
You wanna join this?
It's really good. It's so orc because like the orcs are sure it's like a magical artifact, but
yeah,
it's unclear whether or not it is. A big fan.
That's very good.
And then we have another war scroll I want to talk about. These are the Aqshian brutes. So brutes are your like mid-range like orc troop. They're not Ardboys, which is like the lowest level. That's just your like I am an orc who has put on armor. Brutes are the next stage up where they've actually started to take off some of their armor for like mobility. They're a little bit more skilled. They want to prove themselves is like the big thing because some brutes will eventually become like bosses or mega bosses, like the actual leaders of their clan.
Yeah.
That's the like pipeline, right? And so normal brutes, they have a little bit of a bully complex because that's just how you make yourself stand out in orc culture. So normal brutes make it so that other units can't contest objectives. The ability is called Umessen, and it's literally just like other like small units on the objective just don't count because the brutes are pushing them around, which is very funny.
Nice.
But Aqshian brutes are a little bit more aggressive, but they've channeled it into like it's not just anger, it's that emotionality, it's that passion. And so Aqshian brutes are, they can make themselves a lot more dangerous in combat, but it's not a anger thing. It is they can only do it after they've already been hit by an attack. And it's not out of anger. It's called, the ability is called, you call that a hit. Where they're
very good.
proud. Yeah. They're proud. They want to show off. They want to prove that they're the biggest and the best, which is very orc. It's very brute because they're like I said, they're like in the middle of the orcish hierarchy, right? Where they've gained some stuff, but they're not yet like important enough to be doing their own thing.
Yeah.
Which is neat. I like that. Again, the ways in which we see anger reinterpreted in a couple of these is really good. Anger and passion. Iron Jaws have to be followed by Cruel Boys, the other half of our orcs. They have two artifacts I want to talk about, and they are, we have one silly and one horror because that's
neat.
Cruel Boys. Yep. I'm going to start with the silly one.
Okay.
Spell and a rattle.
Rattle, you say?
It's a baby rattle.
Wait,
It is
what?
explicitly a baby rattle.
Orcs don't have babies.
Nope.
Where do they get this baby rattle? Oh, no.
Yep. So it's a sad comedy one, I think, because they definitely stole that rattle, and or looted that rattle, which is probably worse.
Yeah. Okay.
But they've managed to, this swamp college shaman's got around and managed to trap a spell in it, and so the whoever you give it to can just like ride out into battle and shake their baby rattle, and it casts the spell.
What are the spell options?
It's just from your normal selection of spells. And
so it's not like the three.
No, it's like Strangle Hex or Brutal Cunning, which you can cast on all your own units that makes them harder to hit. Stuff like that. But yep, it's just the wizards like delegating.
Yeah, give someone else. Here's one spell you can use.
Yep.
Okay.
You're riding a dog, so you can go over there and cast the spell fast, like where I can't because I'm a wizard. Hobbling. Yep. Being a wizard. The other artifact is the Tatter Mask.
Okay, she said with much apprehension.
It is implied to be made out of skin.
Implied, you said. No one wants to take a closer look?
Say it. Yep.
Okay.
And its effect is that while an orc is wearing it,
interesting.
Other orcs hear their voice correctly, and non-orcs hear what they're saying as cries for help in their native language.
Oh, that's cursed.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. And so in battle, it makes anyone in combat with the person wearing it just like really bad at fighting.
Yeah.
Because the idea is that orc can still issue their like orders and stuff to their own compatriots and whatnot, but anyone close to them is just going to be hearing like terrified like cries for help. Right?
Yeah.
Which would make me bad at fighting, I know.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't think I could really lock in.
No. So that's the horror side of it. Yeah. Just some dark magics on the Cruel Boys. That's what they're good at, magics. To be fair. Yeah, they're very good at the dark magics. But that's all of our orcs. Let's talk about ogres. We haven't done our main episode on ogres yet. It's probably going to be the next one coming. The ogre army set's coming out soon, and I'm getting into ogres because I play all the other destruction armies. And also they look fun. I'm excited to paint some.
I think they look really neat. I'm jazzed as hell about these ogres.
I'm a big fan. Going to talk about Morga and Red and all that, but that's later.
Right now, we're going to talk about
their Aqshian stuff. So the big thing you need to know about ogres is hungry.
Yep.
They're always hungry. They can they get satisfaction from eating in the same way that like anybody does, but they're never full. Is the bit.
That is the worst when you've
Right.
eaten something and you're like, that was good, but you're like not full, and you're like, oh. But if you're like a person, you'd be like, the thing you're dodging is like, okay, do I eat more and then I run the risk of like my tummy hurting later because then I ate too much of the thing? Or like if you're an ogre, you just never get there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Damn.
And so, understandably, ogre culture is extremely food centric, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of hay made about like ogres eating meat, which they certainly do. But ogres will eat anything. Like an ogre will absolutely chow down into like a big salad, because they just want food, right?
Yeah.
Like, and so, but that's the main context you need.
Does it have to be like a food thing, or would you have ogre eat rock?
Ogres
Or does it have...
can eat rock, but they aren't going to get anything from it.
Well, they won't get it. Okay, well, it also sounds like they don't get anything from actual eating, so...
Well, like nutrition. An ogre can starve to death.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So they do need to get... So they have, like, vitamins and minerals their body needs to survive.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And they can, like, that can be informed by culture and stuff, too. Like, most ogres cook like their food, but some don't, because they believe that's a more direct connection to their like god. Some ogres like have very specific ideas about like what they should and shouldn't eat, and that like informs their biology and
That's
stuff.
so interesting. Okay, yeah.
Some very unlucky ogres are cursed twice. Gorgers are a like group of ogres who have been cursed with what's called the empty belly curse, which is not only are they never satiated, they don't get any pleasure from eating.
Oh God, I can't. That's the worst. I love the enjoyment of eating food,
and they don't get any they don't get the nutrition they need. So like most ogres have like a healthy, like so much of ogre society. You gotta
get these guys some multivitamins or something.
Yeah, so much of ogre society, like their metaphors and the way they talk and stuff is like gut focused, because ogres get big. Two ogres having a fight to the death is called fighting guts out, which is very funny. But like gorgers are shriveled and
they don't get what they need from it.
Yeah. They are gutless, which is the lowest thing you can be in ogre society, right? So we're going to talk about two artifacts and then an alternate like version of a unit. I'm going to start with the alternate version of the unit. In ogre society, some of them take up the like nomadic, like taming of huge monsters and like kind of wandering the realms. They got cursed a second time as well.
Damn.
To be followed by an eternal winter. But they weaponized it because ogres are canny.
Good.
So now they just like circle a place they want to attack, and the cursed winter rolls through there first, and then they like go in and hit it because they're super smart.
That's great.
Those ogres tend to be a little bit more practical, tend to be a little bit more grounded because they just live under different like survival conditions.
Yeah.
And they have a priestly caste called the Huskars. And so in like Huskars, and those are called Beastclaw Raiders. Beastclaw generally have to be better at managing their impulses because there's just less access to food. There's less access to like, they have to be better, more knowledgeable about like what fights they're going to take and that kind of stuff. And so that idea that this is a person who lives with the same like unquenchable hunger that his brethren live with, and all of those like same impulses and whatnot, but has learned the hard way to like tamp it, and then we are putting him into an environment where those passions are higher and like actually has that like multiplicative effect on passion and anger and all those things. His bit is that he makes your opponent's fury level go down, where he is weaponizing his ability to like stay calm under pressure and using magic to like push it onto the enemy, basically.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's really neat. I'm a big fan of that. And he gets better at praying the less angry the opponent is.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, which is fun. So that's our one war scroll. That's an Aqshian Huskard on Thunder Tusk, which is one of their big monsters, which I like. They're mammoths. But then we're going to talk about their two fun artifacts. The Key to the Larder. Is an artifact you can bring. It is literally, there is a huge ogre fortress on Gur called the Great Gut Fort. It is a center of like ogre culture and stuff, and like a bunch of different clans come there to meet and like hash out grievances and stuff. Ogres, despite being a destruction faction, they're not orcs, they're not goblins where they're driven by kind of like primal like break stuff.
Yeah.
They are just as like clever and intelligent and like capable as humans. The reigning kind of like ogre thing for a long time has been doing mercenary contract with and like standing agreements with like the cities of Sigmar and stuff, being closer to an order faction almost by like doing that trade and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so the Great Gut Fort is a good example of that. It's like the capital of ogre kind of like a Mecca style. Like most ogres are expected to pilgrimage to the Great Gut Fort at some point, right? And so the key to the larder is literally what it sounds like. It is an artifact you can bring where somehow your hero has acquired a key to one of the larders of the Great Gut Fort.
Oh, cool.
Where the food is stored. And in the battle, you pick another unit and you promise them free access to the larder in the Great Gut Fort if they don't disappoint. And
That's a really good incentive.
And so they get like a big bonus that they then lose if they like take too much damage or like fail to deliver on their end of the bargain, right? Like, so that was very fun. My favorite one from ogres, I've been laughing just thinking about it, is an artifact you can take called a choice cut.
Like a meat?
A meat.
I can give you the choice cut.
A choice cut. It is a Flintstones ass, like huge, like bone through, like hunk of meat.
Giant, just like put on the side of the car and it falls over.
Yes. That this ogre is carrying into battle to incentivize his companions.
Yeah.
Like, when you equip the person with this artifact, it makes it so they can't run anymore. Like, it's so big and heavy. Yeah.
The ogre can't even run.
Yeah. But then all the ogres near you get a bonus to like fighting. Specifically, what it does is it makes them all so like wanting this fight to like be over so that they can enjoy that really good cut of meat.
Nice.
That they are better at like shrugging off damage. They're just like, oh, can't die out here.
I gotta get that choice
cut. We're gonna have a roast afterward. Boss has got a soup on.
It's got a dry rub. It's slow roasting that. It's been the smoker all day.
I just the image of like an ogre butcher, which are their like religious caste, just carrying this huge hock of ham into battle, and all the ogres around them being like, yes! We're gonna have a barbecue. I love it. It's so good.
My brother
it's
DJ
so
would
fun.
be that if he wasn't. He would be that in Warhammer.
We're
gonna prepare a
dry
delicious
rub.
meal.
Yeah. Let's talk about Sons of Behemoth. Another faction we haven't talked about yet. Sons of Behemoth is
good. I was for a second like just in my brain. Files.
Yep.
Control F, Behemoth.
You're good. We've mentioned him a little bit. Behemoth was Gorka Marcus' friend. The progenitor god beast of giants, right? Not the original. His dad, Yimnog, was the original progenitor god beast of giants. And then he died, and Behemoth, like, ascended to be the god beast of giants, and then he got knocked unconscious by Sigmar.
Oh, that's right.
Gargant legend is that he vomited up the first giants, very kind of like Greek myth-esque.
Yeah.
And they revere him as a god, even though Behemoth is dead. And so the Sons of Behemoth are the like playable faction of giants. There's giants all over the realms. There's giants who work for Cities of Sigmar and all that stuff. But the Sons are like the military faction of giants, basically. They got some very funny ones. So one of the guys from Sons, their like big named character is King Broad.
Okay.
You've seen him in my case. He's got the little guys on his like, tusks and stuff. They're not his tusks. He's wearing them, but you know what I mean.
As a fashion statement.
Yes.
And I'm sure as like weapon and armory. As a fashion statement.
I mean, yeah. He
for the aesthetic.
Self-styles himself as a king, so. Broad is a priest in game terms. He evokes prayers to his father, Behemoth, in order to make stuff happen. That's been pretty reserved because he's the only priest of the faction for a long time, but we got an actual, one of the things we got in Scourge of Aqshy is an actual like prayer lore. So it's not just the one spell that, or the one prayer that Behemoth knows. It's like new spells that he can cast.
Cool.
Yeah. The two I want to talk about because they're super evocative. So much of I love how Age of Sigmar does giants because it really tries to make you feel how big they are.
Oh,
which
good.
sounds
yeah.
crazy, but I feel like so many things with giants don't do that.
It's hard to do that.
Yes. And so definitely winner of the worst name in the episode. One of the prayers is the terrible toes. The priest jumps up and down and while like chanting the prayer, and the impact of their landing just happens somewhere else. Yeah, so they're over here jumping up and down, and this unit of like guys over here is getting like hit by the impact of it.
Oh, that's really cool.
Right, I'm a big fan of that. And then this is my favorite again, just for like the evocative imagery. Vocal tectonics. You know that thing where like the like opera singer like and you shatter the glass?
Yeah.
It's that, but a gargant's lungs are the size of like a lake.
Oh.
And so it is said it is a low hum that is just the right frequency to crack and buckle the earth.
Oh, yeah. That is really cool.
Right. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, that's tight as hell.
I just love big. Big is so funny to me. I don't know why. And then the other thing we're going to talk about was Sons, probably the winner for the best name in this episode. We got our non-hero enhancements. There's only 2 kinds of units in the Sons of Behemoth army, giants and really big giants.
Cool.
These are called cracked heels, which is the term for smaller giants who are like, a cracked heel specifically is a smaller giant who is like the teacher's pet of bigger giants, right? Like he's a cracked heel. He's always underfoot.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yep. And so cracked heels.
I was out here thinking we got to get these folks some lotion.
That is also true. You don't have enough. This is the issue. They're too big.
Lakes of lotion. I cast lakes of lotion. Moisturized, gentlemen.
That's the spell we need. Who knows? Maybe the Gargant Society is matriarchal. Their moms are wizards, and so maybe that's a spell that the matriarchs know. We don't know. We don't have models for them yet. But
listen, everybody should moisturize. Your skin needs it.
It's true, especially when you're that much closer to the sun.
Especially when you're that much and higher in the air. It's colder. Cold is so hard on flesh. And they don't fit in houses, so you know they're not getting sun protection either. So they're cold, and it's hot, and they just need lotion. Some nice face moisturizer. We get some sunscreens.
Okay, I do have to go off topic a little bit just because you said they don't fit in houses, and it's extremely funny, and I don't know if there's another good time to mention it.
Okay.
There is an excerpt in the newest like Cities of Sigmar tome about city gargants, like ones who have joined like the Cities of Sigmar for just like easier access to food and protection stuff.
There's the models of the ones that are like the gate,
right? Yeah, gate gargants. But like they're usually press ganged into military service, but there are hypothetically like civilian gargants, and much to everyone's, because like people tend to come and go, and like the Cities of Sigmar has his like divine like religious stuff, but he's not like super pushy about it. He's unwilling to enforce dogma.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
Yeah, and so everyone just kind of assumed that gargants, when they started being like parts of cities and stuff, would be like ogres or dwarves or elves, where they're just kind of like here, but they don't pay Sigmar specifically like too much mind. But no, cities gargants fucking love Sigmar. But not in like the right way, which is extremely funny to me. The description in the book is like a quiet hymnal, like prayer happening in a church where someone's just like reciting like the feats of Sigmar in that very like, oh, blessed is he who wields the hammer of the heavens under God, like that kind of like very rote like prayer giving thing. While like 2 gargants who are squeezed into like the very back of the church where they can find a place to sit are like, woo, yeah, swung the hammer, yeah. Like, because the thing they like about Sigmar is that he's a big strong guy. Like that's how a lot of gargants view the world. Like, and the ones who join cities tend to know that Sigmar is the one who like knocked out Behemoth and like subsequently kind of led to gargants existing. And so while a lot of gargants have a chip on their shoulder about that and see Sigmar as the enemy, many more are just like, yeah, I guess the age of Behemoth's over. I'm Sigmar's guy now. He's got the big cool hammer. Like
that's actually fucking great.
And so the image of just everyone quietly like in prayer in the chapel, and then there's just like a giant outside like looking in through the window being like, tell the part about where he hit the man again.
second, Dalton. You didn't think you could find a place to put that in the Giants episode? No.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Ogres.
Yes.
Ogres is the next
we will
episode.
also have a Giants episode, but
Okay.
it's later. And
It's
I
later.
didn't want to forget before then
No,
because it's very funny.
That is so funny. Sorry, I literally, my brain like mushed them
No, you're
together
fine.
while we were talking, and I was actively like inside my head like pulling them apart. Like if you take two Play-Dohs and you smush them together, that's what I've been doing in my
You're-
head. Like
you're totally fine.
Orcs are not
Listen.
giants. These are two different things. You know this.
Listen, Giants are big, ogres are big. Giants need to eat a lot, ogres need to eat a lot. Like they are similar. Like
Yeah.
for sure. It's
Wait,
an easy mistake to make.
Orc bigger than
Ogre?
wait, ogre.
No.
Ogre bigger than orc?
Ogre bigger than orc.
'Kay.
Quite a bit. Ogres average into the like 10, 11 foot range.
Mhm.
But yeah. And so the like crack teals, we got some like just like make sense ones that are like fine. There's one that's like overly cautious, like just this smaller giant spends so much time around much bigger giants that it just makes him really good at like ducking out of the way and
Nice.
stuff, which is very funny. But my favorite one, and again, I think first place for funniest name in this episode, is you can take a trait on your little gargant called "That Boy Ain't Right."
Yes.
Uh,
Will you say it again, but in a Hank Hill voice?
That boy ain't right. My Hank Hill's not very good.
My grandfather, who was from Texas, sounded just like Hank Hill. Like, hand on my heart, just like Hank Hill.
Dang it, Bobby. So what it does, and this like, I can't capture how much joy it brings me. So what it is like this smaller gargant is he's just a little bit loony. Like the other is specifically, it talks about like the reason he's kind of like a favorite of the big giants is they just like watching him go.
Yeah.
Like he just kind of spins around and he'll like flail his arms and he'll kind of talk gibberish and everyone thinks that's a big laugh. He's doing like a court fool kind of thing.
Yeah.
But occasionally he'll flap his arms or run in a circle or say something silly and divinity will happen.
What?
What the
Divinity?
ability does is that you can just in your like start of phase roll a dice and on a 5 or a 6, so a 1/3 chance, you just get to automatically do the effects of a prayer.
That's a pretty high goddamn chance to have a prayer happen.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay.
And so, like, the implication is that he's, like, either that he genuinely doesn't know what he's doing, and so it's just, like, he happened to somehow randomly hit upon, like, a ritual and, like, cause, like, a prayer to happen.
Yeah.
Or he is God's favorite.
He's God's favorite weirdo.
And God is also rewarding him for doing his silly little dances. Like...
I like both.
It's really good. I'm a huge fan.
That's so fun. Yeah, this is great. This is a great game.
Right. I'm a big fan. And I like the flavor in some of these. The last one, I had to save the best for last, obviously. Where are we? We're the Bad Moon's Orbit.
Bad Moon's Orbit.
Got to talk about Gits. Gloom, Spite, Gits.
The most weird little guys.
Yep.
The most of that boy ain't right.
Yep. I am going to talk. So we have two spells. They got a new spell lore. So a different set of spells that they can bring.
Nice.
And they got two non-hero unit enhancements. And I'm going to talk about the spells first because they trend towards gross, whereas the non-hero unit enhancements trend towards funny. So I want to end on a funny note.
Let's end on a high note.
So the spell lore is called the Lore of the Little Wah.
Little Wah.
Yeah. So as opposed to orcs that do a big wah.
Big wah.
This is the Lore of the Little Wah. Like a wah.
But probably not as cute as that.
No.
That
it's
was
like
a
wah. And the first spell from that lore, so it's fascinating because the first spell from that lore is Itchy Nuisance,
Okay.
which is a spell that gets used to have as like baseline. We lost it in like a balance update along the way, but the old version of the spell,
I understand what that means is that they took it out to help like balance things.
Yeah.
But when it's phrased like that, it does sound like somebody misplaced it.
yeah.
We've been looking for it for like 6 years now.
What it used to do is it was a spider like associated spell, and so it would just make like a lot of like phantasmal spiders around the caster.
Oh god.
And if you were too close to the caster, they would get on you, and it would make it hard for you to like swing your weapon. Right? It's an itchy nuisance. They're not dangerous spiders. They're not going to do damage to you, but it's hard to like focus, hold your shield up, and swing your weapon when you're covered in spiders.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. The new version grows hair on the ground.
No.
Right. You pick an objective. So the objectives in Warhammer are 3 inches across, and then they're what are they? They're 40 millimeters across, and you can control
that doesn't
them.
mean anything to me. I'm American. Sorry. That was a low-hanging
You're
fruit.
fine.
I'm better
and
than
then
that.
you control them if you're within 3 inches of them. So effectively, they're like roughly 7 inches across.
Okay.
You pick an objective when you cast this spell, and the ground where that objective is just sprouts thick hair.
I don't want that
like
objective
bristly. No, that's
No,
that's
thank you.
the idea.
We can go get a different one.
Yeah. So it makes it so that any enemy on that objective gets worse at not their hit rolls but their wound rolls. So you're so grossed out that it's literally just like sapping the like strength of your like arms basically, which is wild. It's really good.
Yeah.
I'm playing Gits in our upcoming Boise Cup, and that spell is phenomenal.
Yeah.
But, hey GW, are you all right?
No.
Like, is everything good?
And also, by the time you hear this episode, Boise Cup already happened.
It's true.
And Dalton did great.
Thank you. Let's hope.
Manifest!
Manifest. The other one, there's another one that's just kind of fun. It's Gits can bring back units from their big shrine terrain piece. You can cast a spell and they come back from that wizard instead, which is just kind of silly.
Yeah.
And then the other one that's like kind of weird is puff balloons.
I'm sorry. How do Gits know what balloons are?
People have balloons. I'm
People have
assuming.
balloons? No, hold on. We're reframing everything I pictured about Warhammer Age of Sigmar and the realms. What do you... Who? Where? Where are balloons? I can just go to a city of Sigmar and there's like a kid with a balloon at a parade?
Maybe?
Like, they're definitely... Alariel's not letting balloons
No,
in her
thankfully
domain.
not.
That's not happening.
Because we have
The trees that could eat you are just out here popping balloons in the kite-eating tree.
we have endrins, which are not balloons, but they're similar principles.
Okay.
Like Caradron, all their stuff is powered by engine, which is a similar
Like
idea.
Zeppelin.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
but you know that's different, right?
Yeah,
like, listen,
I know.
y'all feel me, right? When we see like, oh, it's a big blimp or a Zeppelin, like you're getting steampunky travel, and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, with the Caradron, that makes sense. Like the steampunk sky dwarfs, that's totally fine with me. But then you say that there's a balloon. You know, when I say balloon, I'm like, we're at the zoo,
Yeah.
and your like 6-year-old nephew has a balloon. We're at Disneyland, right? Disney Paris, and there's the clear balloon, and inside there's the colorful Mickey Mouse one. Like, are you telling me I could get something like that, but with like Sigmar's hammer on the inside?
I don't think there's like modern latex.
Okay.
Like I imagine if there are balloons, it's like
Do they have helium?
no. Oh, well, like, probably somewhere or like an
Somewhere?
equivalent where they could just like
They have
fill it
stars,
with
right?
yeah, they could fill it with air magic. Like
Sorry, now we're
no,
back
you're
with the
fine.
Illuminati.
Yeah.
That's where the balloons are at. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll let us get back on.
You're fine.
I'll let us get back on it. But all right, what was the spell called again?
Puff balloons.
Puff balloon. All right.
It covers the unit you cast it on in mushrooms that are also balloons. You cast this on your own unit. This is not something you inflict on the enemy, because what it does is then every time that unit takes damage for any reason, they get shot by a spell or they get like shot by a gun or someone charges and hits them, it pops some of the balloons, which just like whoofs them a little bit. It just gives them a little burst of like moving them around.
Just in any direction? Like
Yep.
what?
Yep.
Why? Wait, how is that useful? Are you going to do this at Boise Cup?
Oh yeah.
How? Wait, tell me why.
So like
This is a rules podcast, but explain to me why this is useful.
the way I've been using it is I have my like big block of trolls,
Yep.
right? And they're super tough and they're very dangerous. And so most people want to try and pick them off before they can get into a target.
Of course.
And so you put puff balloons on them, and then someone zaps them with a spell, they get to move forward a little bit. And then someone shoots them and they get to move forward a little bit. And then someone, like, they probably don't want to charge them because they're dangerous, but then they do something else. They do impact hits on them where they like damage them with a charge or something and they get to move a little bit.
Why is the popping balloon moving them forward?
Because I think it's just literally the like propulsion of like
It's
popping like
This is so silly.
Yeah.
Why are they inflatable balloon mushrooms? Why are they called puff balloons?
Because puff? I don't know. It's really good, though.
Button balloon, but it's a type of mushroom.
Yeah.
Is puff a kind of mushroom? Man, I don't know anything about
Probably.
mushrooms. That would make more sense if puff was a kind of mushroom.
Probably. That's what I'm assuming.
Because I was picturing, like, fucking cotton candy. I'll be so for real.
That's our cool spells. Just fix male pattern baldness, but for the ground, and balloon propulsion, but bad.
Bad. What color are the mushrooms?
Oh, all colors, I'm sure.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. Hallucinogenic, almost certainly. Basically, all
They just
kids'
look horrible.
mushrooms are.
Wait, why are they floating? Are they inflated? What is this?
They're probably just really light, I would assume.
No, they have to be full of something if the popping pushes it forward.
Probably full of stuff. They're magic.
They're
They're being
magic.
spawned of magic. So, like,
No, okay, and I
Probably full of
understand it's like
something,
daring
yeah.
their magic, obviously. Like, I get that, but y'all, come on. Magic, it can't just be because it's magic. It has to be because it's magic that's doing X, Y, Z thing.
True.
They can't, here's,
I looked
do you
up.
understand what I'm saying? Dalton, do you
Yeah,
understand?
absolutely,
Okay, thank
absolutely.
God.
I looked up the exact wording on the
Thank you.
spell,
Okay, thank
so that
you.
we now have and it's worse than
No!
it's worse than I
did this-
thought.
I did this to myself. I opened this door. We could have left the episode, but we're still in.
Bubble-like fungal growths appear all over nearby gits that, when popped, shoot them into the air with a wet thwip. So it's not.
So it's not
that
an up
it's
situation. They are growing out.
yes. And so when they pop, it literally just like, brr, like
And they get
shoots
thrown
them
into
upwards.
the air and
Yeah.
end up somewhere else.
Yeah.
So it's not. It's a popcorn.
Yes. Is that better?
It's so much worse, actually. No. All right, we need to end the episode. The little
Yeah.
dog thinks
We're
I'm
almost
hurt
there,
because
we're
I'm
almost there.
losing my mind.
We have our last thing, which is our gits non-hero enhancement.
All right, we're not done.
No, these are our special knicknacks. That's what I was at the start of the
I bet
episode.
they have the best little
Yeah.
knickknacks.
These are just like little things you're given to your unit as a little knickknack.
Uh-huh.
Competitor for best name of the episode, the Glitzy Bits Roller.
Glitzy Bits Roller?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is a pair of extra lucky dice.
Maybe dice.
That the implication is that one person in the unit owns the dice, and just before they do stuff, they'll roll the dice to see if today is a lucky day.
Wait, that's great.
It's really fun. On most units, that just gives them the same kind of like baseline good effect. Specifically because they're a little bit like easier to convince, they're a little bit stupider. It does a stronger effect on trogs, on our trolls,
Yeah.
because they are extra invested in the outcome of this dice. So just the image of a bunch of trolls gather around to see what the dice come up is very good in my mind. It makes it's a like increase to the like lethality of normal gets, where it's specifically their like wound roll gets better.
Yeah.
And then for trolls, it maxes out the damage on all of their random damage characteristics.
Nice.
But yeah, just the image of everybody gathering around to be like, what do I say?
What's the lucky number?
Who knows? Does not say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But then how do you know if it works? It just does?
Yeah, that's the bit.
Okay.
That's the bit. We don't have a holy number for like Gorka Borka or anything. It's just, what do we roll today?
How many times do they get to use it?
You spend, I don't know why this is the case, but you spend rage to do it. Yeah.
Because we're an Aqshy.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure. And then the last
So
one.
fucking pissed off. You're just like, I'm roll these dice.
The last one is Fizz Cap. Fizz Cap is especially.
It's a kind of candy that was real popular in the late 90s.
I was gonna say it's intentionally evoking candy, because it is a specially curated mushroom that is grown with like a ton of like magical power in it. It's basically doing kind of what the Cruel Boys did, where they capture a spell in a rattle and then they can release it by shaking it. But you're growing a spell into a mushroom,
And then you eat it.
so this isn't their words, this is my words. It's magic pop rocks, where you
Gosh, that's
eat it
great.
and it starts to foam like up in your mouth, and then you just kind of throw up the spell.
Blah.
Yep. Moon.
It's full of gross sounds.
Yep. Moon Clan goblins are especially accustomed to like mushromancy and like the knowledge of like how mushrooms works and stuff, so they can do it with no risk. You can put it on a non-Moon Clan unit to do it, but there's a like 2 in 3 chance that they die.
Oh, that's too high.
Because they don't let the spell out of their mouth right.
I did it
and
wrong.
it just explodes them.
You
basically.
did drugs bad.
You still
You
get
did the magic drug bad.
Yeah, you still get the spell.
Oh, good.
It just kills that guy.
Glad you didn't waste the spell.
Right. It only kills one guy from the unit, so you can still, if you want to really put it on a non-Moon Clan unit for whatever reason, you can still kind of couch it by putting it on like a bigger unit. But the funniest possible outcome is you put it on something like a giant spider where there's only one in the unit, and it does the spell wrong, and it gets the spell, and then it immediately dies, and then spells that exist on the table are bound to whatever summoned them, so the spell also immediately goes away because the thing that cast it dies. So don't do that.
That would help. Yeah, that'd not be good at all.
If you're playing Gits, don't do that. I'm running.
Hey, it'd be real funny.
Yep. This episode's coming out after the tournament, so I can say I'm running Fizz Cap on my like squig hoppers because they're fast, so they can just hop over to the side of the board and then like bleh.
I'm so excited.
It's gonna be fun.
That's so fucking funny. This is a great game.
Right? I'm a huge fan. We got so much good stuff. That's all of our Scourge of Aqshy stuff. I wish there was more. This has been so much fun.
This is a really good one, yeah.
I love all the stuff they've done this season, but yeah, that's our Scourge of Aqshy stuff. Like I said, next episode's probably going to be ogres.
Let's
I've
go.
already got the notes started working. My copy of the battle tome won't be in until the 1st. That's when the fine details will get filled in, but I've been scouring the wiki.
Doing the big.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, but yeah, until then, I've been your special knickknack, Dalton Montgomery.
And I'm Darian Smart. And dear listener, I want you to know that you're going to be amazing.
Aw. Take care.
Bye.